What's going on? If I am live, I think I am live. Let me know there in the chat. But guys, what's going on? What's up, everybody? What's up? Today, we're going to take a look at Meta earnings, SoFi earnings. I'm going to take a look at the share price. I think SoFi went as low as $14 a share. So I got to take a look at that, man. If SoFi continues to go down, I need to buy. I need to maybe make a special deposit into the growth portfolio, man. Because if I'm not mistaken, I saw a couple posts on X, and it looks like he had a double beat, a top and bottom beat. But home advantage was there first in the chat. Let's go, man. Let's go. Great day in the market today. Huge sale going on. Buy, buy, buy. That is, if you're thinking long term, that's definitely a good mentality right there, man. If you're thinking long term, if you're thinking, next week, then yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. But long term, we're getting some nice opportunities, and we get to grow our portfolios one cup of coffee at a time, man. I really wanted to drink this coffee real quick. I'm running out of coffee, guys. I gotta go to Costco one of these days, but I get out too late of work. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I gotta go to Costco. I gotta go buy me some more coffee. Hopefully it does last me until Friday, because I'm gonna have to go on Friday to go buy me a thing of coffee. Costco, the Fed just paused held interest rates where they are at once again, right? But there might be an interest rate hike, coming up in the future, and that will not be very good for the market. So if it does happen, we might get even more opportunities. So my first question in the chat is, if something like that happened, right, with the geopolitical issues that are still going on, crude oil is still high, so that means gas prices are still high, possible interest rate hike, in the future, in the near future. Should we start building a cash position in our portfolios? Let me know there in the chat if you guys are building one, or if you guys are still DCAing into your portfolios. Let's go, man. Fast Eddie right there in the chat. Hello, home. Hello, Jay in chat. Let's go, man. Took the beating today in the market. Wow, Fast Eddie. Were you down like big in your portfolio? Sup, kids from Anders. Let's go, man. Hello, Anders. And I'm older than you. That was good. That was good, Fast Eddie. Big Red, down 0.93% today. Wow, man. Wow. What's up, y'all from Looney? What's going on, man? And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Double digit people here in the chat, and only 6 likes, man. Don't forget to support the channel by hitting the thumbs up. Yes, but as a long-term DCA investor, these days are great. Yes. I like your mentality, home advantage. I like it. It's like walking into a retail store and everything is on sale. Although SCHD, SCHG held up for the most part. Yes, they did. But remember, those are 2 well-diversified ETFs. So, and energy still performing well. Mostly, if we take a look at the heat map, let's see how it was today. Let me refresh it real quick today. So in the day, once again, you can see, technology, tech sector, getting hit, semiconductors, NVIDIA, Broadcom, Micron Technology, so some memory there. AMD down 5%. Wow, Micron was down almost 10%. NVIDIA was down, 3.5%. It's at 190. Who's buying NVIDIA 190? Let me see. Intel, 5.1%. Wow, down in the day. Marvell Technology down 6.3%. Qualcomm down 4.5%. NXP Semiconductors down 7%. Jeez. Microchip down 5.7%. But these stocks, anyways, are probably still very high in the year to date so far. But yeah, you see also banking, wow, financials. I'm assuming because the Fed held interest rates where it's at and are announcing maybe a rate hike. Maybe that's why this is going on right here in JP Morgan being down 3.5%, Bank of America down 2.5%, Wells Fargo down 3.5%, and Citi down 4%. Sorry. Then you also have Dell, SanDisk. SanDisk has been going down a lot as of lately, even though it did run up in share price in the past year, like what was it, like 3,000% or something like that. So, but you see, software. I've been noticing an upside on software. Any of you guys are buying any of these? Like Service Now is up to $115 a share, up 4.6%. Uber was only down 0.65%, but I really liked it under $70 a share recently. Salesforce 3.79%, Datadog 5% in the day, Adobe up 5%, Intuit up 6%. Wow. Wow. Software is really picking up right there. Yep. So that's that. Let me see. Energy. You can see. Let me just move my camera to the up left corner. But you can see that energy is still performing well. Exxon up 2.5%. Chevron up 2.2%. ConocoPhillips up 3%. Occidental Petroleum up almost 4% in the day. So yeah, this is one of the reasons why SCHD is up or is not hit as that much, and he's holding up well. I think it was down in the day, if I'm not mistaken, in SCHD. So let me know. Industrials, wow, took a nice hit right there. This is the S&P pretty much. Let me take a look at the Nasdaq. Wow, Nasdaq was like Nvidia down 3.5%. Yeah, all of these ones right here, semiconductors down. Semiconductor equipment too as well. Lam Research down 6.4%. Is Lam Research a buy right here? What do you guys think? Are you guys buying Lam Research? Ticker symbol LRCX. SpaceX is down to $112. Will we see $50 a share soon in SpaceX? Let me know there in the chat. Tesla down under $300, man. Tesla. Are you guys buying any of those? Let me know there in the chat. Live. Hey, what's going on, Em? Let's go, man. Still a kid. I feel 15 years older. Nice. That's a good feeling, man. We all got to feel like a kid right now. Let me see. SoFi looking like a juicy deal. Yes, I'm gonna take a look at SoFi. And I did not. I was trying to get the earnings summary report on Google Gemini, and it was not giving it to me. The one from SoFi. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to take a look in Grok. Let me see. I know that's what they tell you about dollar cost averaging, but lump sum beats dollar cost averaging 2/3 of the time. Yeah, live. Yeah, let's go, Fast Eddie. Yeah, I've been liking DCA, man. I've been liking it a lot. I received my payment for card sale order number 3, $947. Transferred to the bank. Plan to buy either Main or QQQI in a few days, man. Casey's building that nice dividend income, man. That's solid dividend income, little by little. You just bought a lot of Main, no? I feel the issue with lump sum buys is how can you time the buy? That's a very good question right there, home. That's one of the reasons why I like to DCA, because like, for example, I really like Meta, in the low 600s, right? And I started buying a 651, I think it was, where I saw a nice PE, nice forward PE, and I threw some money in it, then I waited and I threw some more like in the 640, then in the 630s, and then I continued to DCA, so it definitely helped me to lower my cost as I did, right? Because I don't think any of us can time the market, or any of us can time something, like a stock going down in share price, like, or time the absolute bottom, right? That is just very difficult to do unless you know the future. KC, no cash position, lump buy when I get paid. Nice, man. Isra, what's going on? Hi, guys. I spy bought several things in my portfolio that dipped. LOL. Nice, man. Nice. DCA, man. Looney down negative 2.25% and 1.5% in my main portfolios, but up after hours because of Microsoft. We're gonna take a look at Microsoft in a second, man. At the earnings call. Fast Eddie, my wife has put money in her Roth the last 2 years when the market had dipped. Is it dumb luck? Yes, but numbers don't lie. Yeah. No, it's just, I'm gonna be honest, Faceti. Some people can definitely, have some good timing, and either hit the bottom or hit near the bottom, so or a pullback, whenever that pullback happens. So, it can happen also as well. I have bought, when the bottom has hit or near the bottom. But I think the DCA strategy, it has worked out so well for me, you know, and probably for many others. And also, like if you're investing long term, I think DCA strategy is good. Well, I beat the S&P by 1.5 percentage points. Nice. And there's the DCA versus time the market is one of my favorite arguments in stock investing from Looney. Let's go. I just buy stuff when I have money. Nice. PAYX up 21% in 30 days. Jeez. My SanDisk is down 50% these past 5-6 weeks. I'm still up though and holding. Nice. Hello, I love dividends. What's going on, man? Nice to see you there in the chat. Let's go, man. And guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Very, very important just to support the channel. There's almost 20 of you guys there and only 12 likes. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Red month, I know because I bought some VTI. Nice, buy. I love dividend. I will not touch it. Let's go. Microsoft post earnings hit like 424 for a bid, man. I gotta take a look at that. I definitely have to take a look at that. Let me read a couple more messages before I go to the. I need to go through Microsoft, SoFi, and Meta earnings. Microsoft is mostly for you guys because I don't hold Microsoft, but honestly, I always liked it. I always liked it on the $400. Let's see what they announce. Yes, soon on SpaceX, $50 a share. Do you have a reference to look that up? Let me see. Just put it in Yahoo and dollar cost averaging versus lump sum. What does better? we should honestly do that later. Good evening from Kevin. What's going on, Kevin? Fast Eddie. Everybody do this January. Make a fake account, put $7,500 in it, and buy fake stock. I believe that $625 a month, and the rest of the year invest that in another account. See what does better. That's not bad. If there's an app that we can do that. Looney, I have read the claim Fast Eddie said about DCA being better 2/3 of the time. I don't remember the source though. Bro, what happened to Meta? Yeah, John, we're about to take a look, man. We are about to take a look. Let me just see a couple more messages, and then I'm going to highlight yours, actually. Metal Mania. Let me see. I usually dump in when there's big pullbacks over DCA. Got it. Yeah. That's going to be a good debate today, actually. That's a good one. KC, I did buy a lot of Main, but I still can lower my cost basis. If I use the $947 on Main, I can reach my first goal of $25 a month from Main Street Capital. Nice, man. Dimelo J, happy Wednesday, guys. Semis are great buys. Bought cybersecurity today. Nice, Danny. Danny has been DCAing into cybersecurity right there. And there's Main earnings was so. Oh, I didn't take a look. Main announced earnings? Let me see. I didn't even take a look. Oh. I don't see it here. When did they announce earnings, Anders? When did they announce earnings? Unless I'm blind, and I could be. I could be. But I don't see it here. Unless maybe it's just not here. Maybe it's just maybe I just need to check in stock analysis. If you don't have the money to lump sum, you have to dollar cost averaging. Well, I guess, you know what, Fast Eddie? Yeah, you're right. You know, get in the market any way you can, but if you can lump it, do it. Yeah. Um yeah, I'm still in the building stages, so yeah, so I understand. I think it will be good a lump sum, I guess, once you have you know, certain large amount of money. You know what I mean? Like in the thousands, where you could get like a very good amount of shares, you know, of a company. Then you probably can. Then probably lump sum is good. In that way, I DCA my main ETFs and then lump sum my gamble individual stocks from Looney. Nice strategy though. Oh wait, MAA. Oh, okay, MAA just announced earnings. All right, let me see if because I did type it in into Google Gemini. Let me just go over real quick. I wanted to see the future guidance, positives and negatives. Hold on, let me take a look at Meta. Let me see Meta, where is that right now? Let me see the share price, where is that? Wow, it's down 6% in the overnight hours. Jeez. What happened? Is this gonna be a buy for me? What is going on, man? What is going on with Meta? $585, that's where it closed. It was down 1.3%. Then after they announced earnings, down 6.5% to $548. Wow, it was in the 520s. If I would have had a lump sum Fast Eddie, I would have bought Meta right here in the 520s. Oh, being honest, man. Not financial advice, guys. Remember, all you gotta do is hit the thumbs up. But none of this is financial advice. But let's take a quick look right here at a quick summary of the report. This is not a deep into it. I have been listening to a couple videos, and I gotta listen to them again and take a couple notes on Meta platforms, but deliver a mixed performance, right? In Meta, beating revenue expectations, but missing heavily on earnings per share due to soaring operational expenses and massive artificial intelligence infrastructure investments. So CapEx is hurting the earnings per share right now, which I expected. I expected to for Meta to continue to spend heavy into CapEx. They're still building that. You know, my only argument is gonna be, you know, or my only point is gonna be that big tech has so much cash right now, right? And they are building all the infrastructure, right, for AI, data centers, you know, what they want to call it. That means that they continue to expand and expand. And for another company to try to compete with a company like Meta, you know, Alphabet, Microsoft, Amazon, there's not many other companies that have the cash that they have. You know what I mean? You know, even including Nvidia, right? But once they build that infrastructure, the ROI should definitely, and you know, I'm not saying that, I'm not guaranteeing it, right? Because it might go the other way. You know, it could go either way. It could go positive or it could go negative. But they have shown that whenever they spend in CapEx, they make that ROI. They continue to get some cash flow flowing and flowing through the company, and continues to grow and grow. So, and they have shown that, you know, these companies have shown that over the years, over the decades. So let's see. Let me see. Revenue reported $60.8 billion. The estimate was $60.2 billion, up 28% year over year change in revenue. The earnings per share was down 13 to 14% because it came at $6.18. The estimate was $7.14 to $7.19. Operating margin down. No, operating margin is at 31%. The estimate was 40%, so it's down 40 from 43%. Wow. Yep, and that is the operating margin right there. The free cash flow is at $784 million, drastically dwindle. Yeah, they're just spending so much in capex that you can see it right here, 784 million. That's all they have left, man. But don't be surprised, guys. Remember, I'm investing for the future of Meta. The positive advertising revenue driven by AI optimization. Ad revenue jumped 27% year over year to $59.3 billion. So rising core ad metrics, ad impressions delivered grew by 14%. Remember, this is like an advertising king. That's how Meta makes so much money on this in their business. And the average price per ad climbed 12% year over year. But they're even, increasing their price for the ads. User base expansion. Family daily active people increased 3% year over year to an average of 3.6 billion for June on 2026. Wow. 3.6 billion are active daily on a Meta app. Like, that's just crazy. That is just crazy numbers right there. Let me see. Favorable reality lap loss. The unit recorded a 4.6 billion operating loss, which was better than the feared 5.07 Wall Street. The negatives: surging operational expenses. The total costs and expenses skyrocketed 55% year over year to $42 billion. Yes, they are spending. Net income was severely hit by a $2.4 billion legal charge. This is going to be another problem for Meta. I'm not too worried. They'll make the free cash flow later on in the upcoming years. I'm not too worried about that just yet. But this can definitely impact Meta long term if this continues. And 1.18 billion in severance expenses from the May 2026 layoff of 8,000 workers. So by laying off workers, they were still paying. So 1.18 billion. Wow. Let me see. The free cash flow was crushed. Massive single quarter capital expenditures of $31 billion. So it squeezed the free cash flow down to 784. Future guidance: Q3 revenue growth expected to be between 61 and 64 billion. Let me see. The 62.5 billion midpoint fell slightly below analyst consensus expectations of 33. What is this? Midway fell 33.1 and 63.1 billion. Okay, got it. Parking top line growth deceleration fears. Increased full year expenses, raised the lower end of full year expense outlook to 165 to 169 billion from 162 to 169 due to the Q2 legal cost right there. So there's going to be a lot of expenses. That's going to be the only problem with this company. Capital spending: narrow full year capex to 130 billion to 145 previously, so they just increased it, by a couple $1 billion more. But they were still at 145 billion before, locking in a much higher midpoint to fund heavy AI data center builds. Then higher corporate tax rate anticipates an effective tax rate of 15% to 17% for the remaining quarters of 2026. So definitely mixed earnings, a lot of capex spending. There is some legal issues right there too, so they're spending on that as well. But I like that their ad revenue continued to increase, jumped 27%. The ad metrics also grew 14%. Daily active users, they're still rising, up 3% year over year. That's not slowing down. That's not stopping. So I do like that. So I'm still in Meta. I'm still in favor of Meta. I'm still, I'm either gonna buy more this week. I'm still not decided yet, but I'm either gonna buy once again Meta, or just continue to build my Vici Properties position. So let me know there in the chat. What are you guys doing? Let me see. Red, what's going on, Red? Hi, Jay. Let's go. up to 690 shares of SCHD if you're updating the spreadsheet today. Yes, I am going to update the spreadsheet today. Let's go, man. Oh, 690. And you guys are killing it. Let me see, Red. Where are you, Red? You are right here, Red. Wow, from 677 to 690 shares. Jeez. What a jump. $179 in estimated September dividend. Let's go, man. Let's go. I think it's good to DCA and also hold dry powder for big red days to lump sum on those days. Not financial advice, just my opinion. Yeah, no, that's a very good opinion. You know, I think it would be good to have a little bit of both. And honestly, with the way the geopolitical issues continue to go, you know, continue to be out there. You know, the Fed still not cutting interest rates, just keeping it there. Possibility of a rate hike. That's what I'm hearing, you know, in a couple of videos in the future. If inflation continues, right? And it's mostly because of the gas prices. You know, oil prices cannot continue to be as high as they are. They need to go down, hopefully pretty soon. But that is going to continue to cost that. LOL from Metamania. I listened to the Meta and Microsoft calls. Meta had a good quarter, but the market was not happy. Yeah, it was a mixed quarter, but you know, it's just the capex spend. That's what's getting many of the investors nervous. You know, it's just the capex spend, and remember, many investors or most investors are not thinking, you know, the way, you know, like the way I think. You know, I'm thinking more long term. I'm thinking about a couple of years from now. Okay, they're spending the capex now, but I expect a solid ROI in the future. You know, once they stop spending so much in capex, you know, and then that free cash flow is just gonna be there. You know, they might not increase the dividend, but I'm okay with not increasing the dividend on Meta as of right now. But once that capex slows down significantly, and we start getting some ROI from those data centers and that infrastructure that they're building, yeah, that's when we're gonna be investors are probably gonna be happy. All right. Let's see. Sorry about that. I got a little bit distracted. Looney, yeah, I looked at Meta earnings briefly, but I thought they had a good quarter. Very hard these days, even when you have good earnings. Yeah, it has been like that, Danny. I have noticed that companies have had good quarters, and for some reason, they still go down. I saw that with SoFi, so I got to take a look at the SoFi earnings in a second. So, but I saw that it had a pullback, so I got to take a look at the SoFi earnings as well. Did any of you guys see SoFi earnings? DCA is not better than lump sum. The market goes up more than fall, so it won't matter in the end. DCA gives you a psychological cushion. I use DCA because it helps to keep dry powder available. Oh, nice. The early AI infrastructure is about to need to be replaced. That's what they're working on right now. Meta missed earnings per share to the street not liking that. Yeah. Capex spend, man. Tanked because of the Fed. We need this cool off period. Hopefully last through August. Fast Eddie, September is always a down month, so make sure you have some dry powder. That's a very, very good point right there, Fast Eddie. And I think I gotta start putting some cash on the side, honestly, you know, for September, you know, the months coming up. Because also some of the things that I hear, like in the videos, what is it? September is when hedge funds, you know, because a lot of people start taking money out. You know, they have to sell some positions, even if it's at a loss, just to get some of that cash for the investors that invest in hedge funds, and you know, they just want to call their money back. So yeah, and a lot of investors don't, you know, I guess don't beat the S&P. So you know, do anyone have X money? They rocking with a 6% API. I need that for my cash reserves. Oh, I gotta take a look at that. I got the message, X. I have the message. I gotta take a look into it because honestly, if they are giving 6%, I'm liking that, man. I wouldn't mind changing my savings account to there. My son is working on the buildings for Meta. I think they were gonna build 5 or 6, and they just upped it to 8 or 9. Yeah, they need it. They need it. That's I'm being very positive because I know that tech is gonna continue to grow. There's no stopping. We're not gonna go back to pens and papers and and calculators and things like that. No, we are still evolving. We are still evolving, and everything is going towards tech, towards AI. We like it or not, it's gonna go into AI. um More and more people use AI. I you know I know my thumbnails are not the greatest because they are not, but I make them with AI and I don't have to pay anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's going, man. It's going, and I've seen people making certain apps with AI and all that. But yeah, yeah, I think that's the future, and I'm kind of bullish about it. Buy hybrid, save the fossil fuel. Is Boogie 1,235, man. Let's go, bro. 1,235. Man, keep on piling up that SCHD, $321. Boogie. Let me see. CTL Danny. Hold on, let me see. I sold out of Meta at 610 and put that money into Google. Deep after earnings, XLK in cybersecurity. There's a fruit fly here. Cybersecurity. So I can see Meta getting closer to $500 tomorrow. Yeah. Do you think that will be a good time to DCA again? What do you think? Danny, thank you. Fun fishing. What's going on, Finanzas con Estilo? SCHD for the long term. Yes, that's the only way, man. SCHD all day. Oh my gosh. Just spilled my coffee. All right, let me just go, since I caught up in the chat. Guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Very, very important. There's only 15 likes, and there's like 20 something of you guys there. Let me ask Grok for a SoFi stock latest earnings report. All right, earnings report for summary. Ifs, negatives. Oh, future guidance. All right, let's just take a look at a few things in SoFi's latest earnings. Let me just do something real quick. All right, guys. I'm back. All right, let's take a look. Meta will be a great buy tomorrow for sure. Nice. All right, let's take a quick look at SoFi earnings. Let me see. I just asked Grok to give me some financial highlights. Wow, Grok is very good, very detailed though. I like this. All right, so SoFi earnings. Let me take a look at the share price first. Hold on, before we read the earnings. And then we're gonna ask Grok about Microsoft's. So SoFi, wow, reached $14 a share, just under wow. PE ratio at a 31, forward PE at a 20. Okay, nice. Look at a 34% upside in share price from here. Let me see what this with the latest. Oh yeah, they do have the latest right here already. All right, let me take a look real quick before we compare in stock analysis. All right, so the GAAP net revenue. Hold on. Results beat expectations on both earnings per share, so top and bottom beat, with strong growth in members, products, and loan originations. Let's go, man. Stock still fell 4% before the market opened. GAAP net revenue $1.21 billion. So that's an upside. It grew 43% year over year. Adjusted net revenue record 1.2 billion. So that's a 40% year over year. Beat the consensus of 1.13. Wow. GAAP net income $157 million. So that's a 61% growth year over year. Diluted earnings per share 12 cents. So it beat the 11 cents consensus. Then adjusted EBITDA record 358 million. That's a 44% year over year gain, 30% margin. Net interest income $788 million, 52% beat year over year. Wow. Supported by higher average interest earning assets and lower funding costs. Let me see. Fee-based revenue, $472 million. So that's a 39% of total, up from prior periods. Wow. I'll tell you this, man. Loan originations record $14.8 billion, plus 69% year over year, with strength across personal, student. Oh, the student record $2.7 billion, plus 170% year over year, and home loans. Wow. Nice. Members record. Members grew 15.8 million. So that's a positive 35% year over year. 1.1 plus 1.1 million in the quarter. Wow. Wow. If they continue to grow their members that way for the next couple of years, man, SoFi could be a very good position to have. You know, not financial advice. Remember that you still got to do your research and hoping that the business continues to stay strong. Products record 24.4 million. So that's a plus 42% year over year. Wow. Deposits grew $5.3 billion in the quarter to $46 billion range. Wow. Credit quality improved. Personal loan annualized charge-off rate 2.62% versus 2.83%. Overall charge-offs remain solid. 19 consecutive rule of 40 quarter, score of 70, tangible book value growth, strong capital ratios. Okay. Positives. Let me see. Beats and record highs in revenue, adjusted EBITDA, originations, members, and products. So I'm liking this already, man. So I don't understand if he has such great beat, like he had a beat everywhere so far. You know, why was the share price down? Like, I really don't understand, you know. Accelerating member engagement, continue profitability, raise full year revenue guidance while maintaining profitability targets amid shifted, more hawkish, rare outlook. Let me see the negatives right here real quick. Technology platform revenue decline. All right. Notably, year over year, technology service fees lower with contribution profit pressure. Financial services contribution margin compress. Okay. As expenses rose, higher sales and marketing spend and overall reinvestment. Okay. So they are spending a lot on marketing. Sequential net income was lower than Q1 in some views. But marketing is good. You know, remember they were marketing a lot on now the I was gonna say the Super Bowl, but the World Cup, you know, profitability guidance, okay, EBITDA, net income, EPS held flat despite the revenue raise, partly due to higher expected tax rate. Oh wow, that is not good. Stock reaction was mixed, negative in early trading, as investor weighted the profit outlook. Management raised adjusted net revenue guidance to 4.75 to 4.85 billion, implying a 32 to 35% year over year growth. On change, adjusted EBITDA 1.6 billion. Okay, that's good. Adjusted net income 825 million. And then adjusted earnings per share 60 cents. Assumes a 22% effective tax rate. So it still looks good though. It still looks good. Also expect a 30%, positive 30% member growth. Guidance reflects a more hawkish rate view possible 1 to 2 hikes versus earlier cuts. Yeah, that's gonna be the only issue for some companies, but for some other companies will be positive. Danny, holding SHD long term. Let's go. SoFi got punished due to the capex. I don't think it's fair, but it is what it is. Yeah, so I think it has some solid earnings. I liked it. I liked it so far. For this quarter. I don't know. Let me know your opinion in there, but I liked it. I and hoping it stays around $15 a share. I'm most likely gonna buy more this week. I am most likely buying more this week, man. Let me see. Yeah, SoFi Technologies at $15 right now. Yep. Their revenue and profits just continues to grow. Look at the climb right here in the chart. Yep. Revenues continuing to grow. Net income, yep. Good. Still good right there. I'm liking SoFi so far, man. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. All right, let me see something real quick. What happened to the messages in the chat? Let me just make sure that I am okay right here. Yeah. Let me just make sure everything is working well. All right. Let me see. Price to book, it doesn't have it right here. All right, guys. Let me see. What's there in the chat? There's nothing there in the chat, so I caught up already. All right, let me see. What else do we have? So we went through Metas. We went through SoFi's. Now let me take a look at Microsoft, right? Wait, let me just copy this real quick. And I go right here. And we do MSFT. Let's take a quick look right here. And I gotta take a look at that X money, man. I have to see because 6%, it actually sounds very good. Let me take a look. Microsoft. So Microsoft, let me take a look at the stock price, at the share price real quick. For Microsoft Corporation, let me see. Wow, it is up 8.8% in the after hours. So did you guys buy the dip in the year to date so far? Wow, definitely under $400. I thought it was a buy. Price target is $555, so upside of 42% from here. Forward PE is at a 21. PE ratio is at a 23. Now it's gonna be, share price is up in the, where was it again? 425. Wow. Let me see. So reported strong Q4. No, quarter ended June 30th, 2026. Okay. Driven by cloud and AI beating expectations. Okay, so revenue, $90 billion. So that's positive 17%. So beating consensus of $87 billion, 87.6. Operating income, $40.6 billion for the quarter. So that is a positive 18%. Net income, $35.8 billion. So that's a positive 31% gap. And then 35.3 billion is a positive 22% non-GAAP, excluding OpenAI investment impacts. Then you have diluted earnings per share, $4.81. So that's a positive 32% gap. And then $4.74, positive 23% non-GAAP. Big consensus of $4.24. Let me see, including a $3.2 billion gain from the Anthropic investment and lower than expected voluntary retirement program costs, partly offset by Xbox severance impairment. Okay. Full year 2026 revenue $331.8 billion. So that's a positive 18%. Operating income $155.2 billion. So that's a positive 21%. The net income $133 billion. This is the full year guidance for this year. $133 billion. So that's a positive 31% gap. And then diluted earnings per share $17.95, which is a positive 32% gap. Wow. Microsoft Cloud, 59.3 billion, so that's a positive 27%. Wow. Commercial remaining performance is a $678 billion. So that's a positive 84%. Jeez. I'm telling you, companies, it's gonna be very hard for companies to change Microsoft, for some reason. It's just going to be very hard, to replace Microsoft products in their businesses, to change from Outlook and Microsoft Excel and Microsoft Word and Microsoft Teams. It's just going to be very difficult for them to do that for any businesses. Productivity and business process, $37.8 billion, so positive 14%. Microsoft 365 commercial cloud, positive 14% reported. Wow. Consumer cloud 24% positive. LinkedIn positive 12%. And Dynamics 365, like everything is just positive here. Intelligent cloud $39.3 billion. So we pretty much got like a positive beat on everything. Personal computing 12.9 billion. This one was the only negative 4%. Windows OEM and devices down 7%. Xbox content and services down 10%. Search advertising positive 10%. So Microsoft 365 Copilot exceeded 30 million paid seats. Wow. CapEx was $41 billion in the quarter, up sharply year over year. So they're still spending in CapEx as well. Let me see the broad beat on revenue, operating income, and earnings per share. We are accelerating Azure growth, 43%. Azure hit the $100 billion annual revenue milestone. Copilot adoption reached positive $30 million in paid seats. Wow. Efficiency gains and early capacity delivery. Gains related to investments in Anthropic and control one-time cost boosted the bottom line. Okay, cool. Negatives and challenges. Let me see. More personal computing decline with weakness in Windows, OEM, device, and Xbox. So I'm guessing their Xbox sector is just not, it's not doing well. It's not performing well, I guess. I'm wondering if it's because they increased the prices of like everything, the games, the consoles, and everything. That could be it. That can affect it significantly. Future guidance Q1 2027 revenue approximately 89 to 90 billion dollars. Wow. Azure expected growth of about 45%. CapEx roughly $175 billion expected for fiscal 2027. So for the whole year, it's $175 billion in CapEx. Broader outlook, double-digit revenue and operating income growth expected in 2027. So there's going to be a lot of CapEx spend, but very good beat though. Very good numbers right here, especially with cloud being up 27%. Wow. And commercial also up 84%. Let me see. Home. Jay, can you take a look at PAYX? Yes, we can take a look at that one. Let me leave it right here while I read a couple of the comments right there in the chat. All right. Yeah, Microsoft had great earnings and Hood too. Oh, nice. Now remember, Jay, he can't always go by what AI tells you unless you check all their numbers. True, true. I think I am responsible for about half of the cloud increase. PPL. This someone is going to use AI to topple companies like Microsoft while they also have AI and armies of real developers. FTNT, one of the cybersecurity I invest, had great earnings today, up 10% after hours. Wow. APPL all-time highs, that's Apple, after all-time high 20% up in the last month. Wow. Wow. Let me take a look at this one right here, which is Paychecks Inc. This company, I don't think I know. Oh, this is software application. Let me see. Let me see. Capital management, human resources, payroll processing, employee benefits, and insurance services for small to medium-sized business in the United States, Europe, Canada, India, and Israel. It offers technology and advisory solutions and payroll tax administration services. So right here, PE ratios are at 24, forward PE at 20. Dividend yield 3.9%. Nice dividend yield. So the price target, according to analysts, downside of 11%, so $108. Let me see. Year to date is up 8%. Wow, in the past month is up 22%. In the past year is down 16%. Past 5 years is up 8%. So a nice pullback right here. Let me see. So they growing their revenue and their net income. It looks like it's growing every year. Kind of flat the trailing 12 months, but I see that it's growing. 16% it has grown in the past year. Gross profit also growing. That's a good sign. Let me see. Operating income is also growing right here. What was it? 2.5 billion? Yeah, 2.5 billion. Net income also at 1.76 billion. Earnings per share is at $4.89. Okay, so it's growing. Yeah, 6%. Nice. Had a downside in earnings per share in May of 2025. Okay, there's no free cash flow, no EBITDA. Let me see their segment. Management solution, it is increasing. Insurance solution also increasing. Interest on client funds. Oh, wow. This one is increasing significantly. 210 million. Wow. Let me see. Total debt, they have $4.6 billion in debt. Did they have a recent acquisition? Because this is a lot of debt to grab at once. In 2025, it looked like they acquired a lot of debt. Look at this. They went from $866 million in debt to now $5 billion in debt in 2024, in 2025, I mean. So, and this year they're paying it off, it looks like. Free cash flow is still at 2.3 billion, so that's good free cash flow though. Very good free cash flow. Let me see. Ooh, I like these margins. 27%. Oh, why is it going down? Yeah. Profit margin is 27% and going down. I don't know why. I don't like that. I don't like that their profit margin is going down. Operating margin is at 38%, also going down. The gross margin, yeah, it's at 74%. Okay. Let me see. Free cash flow margin is 35%. Dividend stats. Let me take a look at the dividend stats right here. So the payout ratio is creeping up. It's right now 97%. I was gonna say 97 million. 97%, but it has some nice dividend growth, 10%. If they continue to increase their free cash flow, then they this should go down. But nice 10% dividend growth though, $1.19 per share. They increased their dividend significantly, which is good. Double-digit percentage increase in the past couple of years since 2022. Recently, it was a good time to buy this company. It had like a 4 and 5% dividend yield. Wow. Yeah. Why did this company take a dip? Was it, software? So I'm guessing, the scare that AI LLMs are gonna create this, or are gonna help create, employee benefits, human resources, payroll processing, and all that. They have a lot of employees as well. I think some of these companies are actually gonna benefit from AI. You know, much more work, faster, and everything. Um, so yeah, I like the dividend stats. Honestly, could it have a lower payout ratio? Yes. Hold on. Let me see the ratios real quick. Yeah, it recently, like if we go by the PE ratio, yeah, recently was a nice time to buy. Was at a 19, the lowest in the past 5 years in May. Then if we take a look at the forward PE, yeah, it looks like May was a very good time recently. This pullback right here. Hold on. Oh my god. Chart. Year to date. Yeah, this time right here, it was a good time to buy, looks like. Now it's back up in share price, so it is going to be up slightly a bit. Kenvue had a tiny dividend raise, bring of dividends. I'll take a look in a second. Yes, they acquired Paycor. Oh, okay. So that's why. That's why they have so much debt. But is that a company that is definitely gonna, help them long term? Like the acquisition, it's gonna help them become more profitable. It looks like profit margins were going down. So that's not a good sign right there. All right. They have 18K employees. Wow. Wow. It's payment processing. AI has to help them out with the head count. Yeah, that's a very good opinion right there. Yeah. Thinking the same. Yeah, for sure. 18K employees. Yeah, that's a lot of payroll though to have. How about the hold on, let me see balance sheet. Let me take a look at the let me see if he has it right here. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, stock-based compensation. Yeah, it's at 111 million. Okay. Yeah, so increased significantly. 96 million in 2026 so far. So yeah. That's another reason why, Paycor does the same, but enterprise level large corporations. Oh, got it, got it. Um, you know, yeah. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this one though. I'm trying to think of an opinion. Depends what country the 18K employees are in. If they're in the US, it's very expensive. They're in one of the other countries, it could be a lot cheaper. That's a very good point because they do say right here services for small to medium sized businesses in the United States, Europe, Canada, India, and Israel. So, yeah. Yeah, very good point right there for paychecks. Yeah. Let me take a look at something real quick. I wanted to take a look at Vici properties. Yes. See if I can rock right here. Oops. What am I doing? I don't need that. I don't need to create a picture. All right. Let me see. Um let me see my portfolio where it's at right now. Margins are not improving, so they aren't saving somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that was something that I saw. That's why I didn't have an opinion yet. Because I would think like if they buy another company, it would be for the better. But will they fix that though in the future? With the profit margins going down, would they get better in the future? Will they use AI to lower the cost, of labor and stock-based compensation also, maybe. They need to lower the margin somewhere. So Jay, I own Paychecks. They are a great alternate to ADP. Oh, got it. Yeah. I'm used to ADP. That's the one that I'm used to with. Um, yeah. All right, guys. Let me take a look at my portfolio. I haven't even taken a look at my portfolio today. SCHD, I'm at 448 shares. Okay, so I got 12,000 in it. Up 23.5%. Wow. He's still almost at $34 a share. Look at this, $33. Companies like that are notoriously sticky. Yeah. Difficult to change, right? Once you have a certain payroll, it's difficult for a payroll company. It's difficult for a company to change it, to another company. Meta platforms, I'm down 7%, so I'm gonna be down even more on my Meta platforms position. I'm down to $631. My cost per share, and the share price is at 585. I might resume buying this week. I might do that. Johnson and Johnson, I'm up 71%. Wow, my position. Jeez. Wow. Alphabet, I'm at 8.3 shares. I'm up 103%. Amazon took a nice dip though. It's at $226 a share. Let me see what the after hours say. Amazon. Let me see. It's at 229. It's actually up 1%. I'm hoping it stays here or gets lower. I'm really hoping it does. It's down 5% in the past month, down 1% in the year to date. Yeah, so I'm hoping it gets lower and lower to $200 a share in Amazon. Let me see. Visa, I'm up 25%. Visa ain't going nowhere. I still believe in Visa long term. Realty Income, 36 shares. I'm up 18%. S&P, I'm up 40%. Vici Properties, I am at 75 shares. I'm down 7%. Let me take a look at the after hours, and we're going to take a look at the earnings report real quick. It's down 0.5%, so not much has changed. It has stayed in the $27 price range from what I see. Let me see. Oops. I put Microsoft. Why did I put Microsoft? Hold on. Let me do Vici. Do Vici Properties. Take a look at my portfolio. Procter and Gamble, I'm flat. Netflix, I'm down 8%. Wow. My cost per share is at $80, so I can lower my cost a little bit. That's $73. He has gained some momentum though in Netflix. You guys have noticed. I don't know if any of you guys bought at $68 a share recently. When it was like 67, 68. Now it's back up to $73 a share. Past couple of days, look at this. It's up 8% in share price in Netflix. Down at $68. Now at 73. Will it continue the run up in share price? Let me see what else. Main Street Capital, I'm up 26.5%. iBit, I'm down 32%. Big. I'm down big on iBit. And then Pfizer also as well, 18%. I'm down in my position. Coca-Cola, I'm up 51%. Wow. And I only have $500 invested in Coca-Cola, man. I wish I had a couple $1,000 invested in Coca-Cola. And then SoFi, I'm only at 27.4 shares. I only got $400. I'm down 5% in my position. So definitely want to buy like 2 shares this week on SoFi. I like their earnings. I really did. So I like the growth. Vici Properties, let me see. Total revenue, 1.06 to 1.1 billion. So it's up 5.7% year over year. Nice. Okay. So net income attributable to common shareholders, 526 million or 48 cents per diluted share, down 39%. Okay. And then 41% year over year from 865. What does that mean? The decline was driven by a large change in CECL, current expected credit loss allowance. All right, let me see. The FFO, same as net income figures, above 526.5 million, but also impacted by CECL change. Okay. And the AFFO, which is the adjusted funds from operation, key metric. Like that's the one that we want to take a look at. The AFFO payout ratio, which I would like to take a look at. 679.6 million, up 7.8% year over year from $630 million. So 62 cents per share, up 4.6% from 60 cents a share. This match consensus estimate of 62 cents. Nice. So the AFFO, the adjusted funds from operation, it was actually good. So that's good. Other notes include interest expense of roughly 210 million, slightly lower year over year. And ending cash equivalents of 288. Positives, solid top line and AFFO growth. So that's good. I like that. With revenue beating estimates and AFFO per share rising. Good. Significant portfolio expansion, okay, and tenant diversification. Added 14 to 16 tenants. Player Vest for MGM Northfield Park lease. Golden Entertainment for 7 Nevada casinos via 1.16 billion acquisition and new master lease with $87 million initial annual rent at a 7.5% cap rate. Club Med of Carambola, beach resort acquisition. Nice. Also closed a game host portfolio acquisition in Alberta, Canada. Oh wow. Okay, see, I'm also, even through Vici Properties, I'm also international already. They're already buying, properties in Canada as well. Boosting pure master lease rent by US 11.3 million and extending the lease term. But yeah. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Do I still need to do SCHY? All right. Or VXUS? Let me know there in the chat. These deals support long-term contractual rent growth via escalators and new relationship outside traditional. Modest upward tweak. Okay, let me see the negatives. Sharp drop in GAAP net income and FFO due to CECL allowance. Okay. Share count increase from stock issued in the Golden transaction and forward equity settlements. Tempering per share growth as someone relative to absolute AFFO. So they issue shares. I don't like that. Ongoing concentration risk with major tenants. Historically, Caesars MGM have been on large portions of rent and broader leverage interest rate sensitivity typical of REITs. Some analysts suggest the results of modest guidance update were not strongly impressive relative to expectations. Yeah, so this one is not gonna be like a crazy or like a very bullish grower, like others, but I'm good as long as the dividend is safe. Vici updated full year 2026 AFFO guidance 2.675 to 2.695 billion or $2.45 per diluted share. Nice. This raises the low end. Let me see what is the is AFFO. See real quick. If it says something right here. The AFFO is approximately 73 to 75%. Current dividend is at $1.80 per share, so 45 cents quarterly. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so it still looks good. Still looks good. 73%, AFFO payout ratio. We're still good with the dividend. Yep. I like this. I like this so far. All right, guys. Let me see what's here in it. You know what, guys? My computer could die any second. I did not plug in my charger into the computer. Can you guys put comments in the chat right now? Just to make sure. I think now is good. Man, I had some technical difficulties, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like I had some technical difficulties and I didn't even notice. Wow. Wow. The messages in the chat. That's why I was like, man, like why wasn't it showing up? Like, was the stream done? Like, was it out? Holy moly. Can you guys hear me or no? Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me just see if I can fix it real quick. I see lost your audio. Man, I'm sorry, man. I did not know. I did not even notice. Let me see something. That's why I was not getting like any messages, and I'm like, man, did everybody go home already? Let me see. Yeah, and when I went to the chat, I clicked on it and I'm like, oh, hold on. Yeah. Oh wow. Oh wow. I don't do VYMI. Too risky if I want international exposure. Hi from Fast Eddie, you're back. Okay, nice. No sound, lost your audio, no sound. Have problems on this end. No, I think it was me though. I think it was me because when I went to look at the messages in the chat, I clicked on and I'm like, I went to change it and then it said you're offline and I'm like, what? I'm offline? Or was it YouTube that had a problem? It just paused for me right after you said something about the power. I hear you. Okay, I was rendering. Can hear you, Jay. It was only about 25, 40 seconds for me. I had to close YouTube and restart. Now I hear you. Okay, cool. I can hear you now. No, I never lost your sound. Yeah, I had to exit and come back in. I think it's YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I had a message. It said like, you're offline. What could it be? M and Anders. Could it have been like the servers or something? Was that like the problem? But now, yeah, now I see all the messages in the chat. I was like, man, like what happening here in the chat as I was reading Vichi's earnings and the AFFO payout ratio. Yeah. Out of one of the data centers. Oh my god, man. That was so weird. That was very weird, man. That was so weird. But yeah, I was reading yeah, let me see. This is still working though, I think. Yep. If I was going to guess, they lost a server and it had to fail over. Oh, got it. I think it was YouTube because the chat paused for me too. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, it must have been. It must have been on YouTube. Wow, that was so weird. What Anderson? Ah, got it. Wow. Yeah, I was going through Vici Properties earnings call. Do you restart your modem every couple of weeks, Jay? No, I usually don't. Do I need to do that? I don't think I ever do, honestly. I don't think I ever restart my modem. There's only like 10 of you guys now. Yeah, it was probably like a YouTube thing, right? Yep, agree with Music and Anders. I'm also in tech, and that was my thought. Oh, okay, got it, Shannon. Yeah. It was probably that. All right. Well, what I was reading, it was the positives and negatives on Vici Properties earnings report. So I like the AFFO growth in there. And then I also put the payout ratio. So it looks like the dividend is still good. I don't know if any of you guys heard that. But it's approximately, according to Grok, around 73%. That's the AFFO payout ratio. So the dividend is still looking good for Vici Properties. Fast steady, yes, nice. Yeah, that's what I was reading just now before the the server went down, I guess. So yeah, wow. Let me see. I agree, Vici is solid. Yeah, yeah, man. I'm still gonna continue growing it right now. AFFO payout ratio is still good, 73%. Um, the numbers were still good from what I saw right here. Even their guidance was good. Uh, yeah, the key REIT metric is the AFFO usually. So it was up 679 million, so 7.8% year over year and 62 cents per share. So up 4.6%. So I'm liking that so far. Let me take a look at the S&P. Why 934 already? Amazon and Apple tomorrow, and hopefully semis start going back up again. Yeah. That's gonna be tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, Amazon and Apple after hours. That's gonna be the earnings tomorrow. MasterCard in the morning. Should be business as usual. Same as Visa. I think it's gonna be business as usual. I don't think there's gonna be anything, wrong with it, honestly. Um Consumerism is still going, and growing. So there's more and more swiping of the cards. Vici's behaving like a bond at this point. Yep. Yeah. I'm liking Vici so far, 6%, 7% dividend yield, you know, can't beat that. They're expanding in. I don't know if you guys hear the international comment that I made because Vici is also expanding into Canada as well. Where was it? Ooh, yeah. Also closed the game host portfolio acquisition in Alberta, Canada. So I'm expanding into internationally. And I'm telling you, man, I haven't had the need to invest in VXUS just yet. Let me see. Am I see this right? Futures are up. So let me see. Just refresh. Oh yeah, right here. S&P futures. Let me see. Yeah, they are up. So S&P is up 0.45%. Dow is up 0.19%. And Nasdaq futures is up 1%. Oh wow, so Nasdaq is actually up significantly. Up 1%. I wonder what's up. Well, I guess, Microsoft is up 7%. Look at this. Up to $419 a share. What else will be up? Let me see. Qualcomm. What is this? Down. You see Robinhood. Robinhood was down 3% in the day and now down quarter of a percent. Let me see. Portland. I'd like to see really. Meta still down 6.5%. It's at $540. Let me take a look at Nvidia. Let me take a look at a couple semiconductors. Only up 1.5% in Nvidia. Then let me see, what is it? Micron. Micron is up 3%. Wow. I think Micron's pullback, which is what I keep hearing, it was all the margin that was out there. Once margin was called, that's it. You know what I mean? Margin was calling, man. Margin was calling. You know, I'm hoping, none of you guys are in margin and none of you guys go through that because, it just looks very, very, very stressful, man. To be on margin, to invest in margin, and then it doesn't go your way. AMD is up 2%. It was down 5%. Wow, AMD's down 22% in the past couple of days. I think didn't Fast Eddie take gains when it was in the 500s? Yeah, I think you took gains in the 500s. So that was a good timing right there. Jay Hood had amazing earnings too. Take a quick look at it. Actually liking taking a look at them in Grok. Okay. While he's thinking, let me just go right here. AMD, then let's take a look at what else. I want to take a look at service now. I was about to buy this one in my Roth, do some swing trading on it. When it went back down to the $90 a share recently, like somewhere here, like it was like around $95. Not the absolute bottom. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and tell you that it was the absolute bottom, but it was somewhere here. This pullback right here, because I have some money in my Roth, which I want to put towards VGT. So I was thinking on doing like some swing trading on Service Now because I really like, Service Now so far. I kind of like Service Now, so maybe I should have done it. Would have been up like almost 15% so far, or maybe actually higher because this is 15% and $99 a share. So I was gonna buy like around 95, somewhere around there. We're gonna take a look at the Hood earnings, Danny. Yeah, the EXO pending in Canada, acquiring some gambling buildings there. Nice. I can barely hear anything due to the Marines being out doing night flying. Oh, got it. Maybe some headphones? Do you have like some, AirPods? I don't have the stomach for margin. I can risk what I already have recklessly, but I gotta actually have it. Yeah, man. I think margin looks so stressful, man. And, I don't know if you guys saw about the Kospi, in Korea, man. There was just a lot of margin out there. A lot of accounts got liquidated, man. That's why there was such strong pullback, and it was mostly invested into tech. So there was definitely a lot of money out there in margins. And I can't imagine, like, people when they go ahead and they um when you have margins, right? And let's say you have, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, say, because I'm sure people don't take only like, like a couple $100 in margin. I'm pretty sure like people will just take like massive amounts, like I think 5,000 will be the lowest. Maybe I'm even thinking like $25,000 in margins, right? That's probably how much people would take. So if they take that and then they get called back and from 25,000, by the time they're able to sell, it's down to like, $12,000. Let's just say half of it, and then you owe the other half. Like that would be very depressing, and stuff. And man, I wouldn't want to be on that boat right there. Let me see. Robinhood total net revenue record 1.31 billion, up 32% year over year. Wow. Uh earning diluted earnings per share gap 62 cents, up 48% year over year. This included 14 cents from 129 million in gains, primarily related to the deconsolidation of Robinhood Ventures Fund. Net income 573 million, so up 48% year over year. Adjusted EBITDA up 35%, 741 million. Transaction based revenue 776 million, up 44% year over year. Event contracts, prediction markets 100. Oh wow, look in prediction markets, they made so much money, 156 million, up 10 times. Options 342 million. Wow, that's a lot of options, up 29%. Equities up 95% to 129 million. Cryptocurrencies 100 million, down 38%. Yeah, crypto hasn't been very popular as of lately. Net interest revenue up 9%, 389 million. Other revenues 143 million, up 54% year over year. Boosted by Robinhood Gold and Trump account related services. Wow. Funded customers 28.4 million customers. So that is up 7% year over year. Total platform assets, wow, $369 billion, up 32%. Net deposits record 22 billion dollars pretty much in the quarter. So that's a 28%. Robinhood Gold subscribers record 4.8 million, up 39%. Wow. Wow, these are some solids. Definitely, Danny. Do you hold Robinhood? These were some very strong earnings from what I see right here. And it's actually down. Let me take a look at Robinhood. Let me see. A PE ratio's out of 39, forward PE out of 38. This is the PE. The price to book is going down once again to it's at a 8. Very pricey, if we are using the metric for a financial company. PE ratio, it is going down. It might still be a little bit pricey. Let me see. It's down 20%. Yeah. Recently it was in the 60s. It looks like right there is a good spot to buy some Robinhood. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know. $92. Yeah, on oh, that's where you bought service now? F35B in vertical mode breaks through even my boss over there. Oh wow. Wow, Anders. Sold 3 shares at 415 and my last 5 shares at 523. Nice timing though. That was some nice gains on AMD. Nice. On a day like this, you have to sell into weakness. Wow. For the margin, right? Right now, M1 will extend me about 45K in margin. Wow. The good thing is that you have the cash. Well, you have the money, so But man, 45K margin, I wouldn't do it, man. I don't know, man. It looks so stressful. Looks like, I don't know. No, I don't own Hood, but like SoFi, I think this will be a giant company in years to come. Yeah, if it continues, if the growth continues, man, I like that it had some solid earnings. Coming up now, they continue to grow their customers and revenue. So they have some good earnings from what I saw. So if it continues to grow, yeah, in years to come, I think as well. I'm right under their flight path. It's quite entertaining. Got it. Yeah, for margin. I can see AMD at $600 soon. Yeah. The demand is still there. So this just might be, I think this is mostly a pullback on all of that margin, man. Because it wasn't only the margin in the Kospi, like in the Korean market. There's there was probably also a lot of margin over here in the US. I haven't looked at the stats. I haven't really looked at it, but I believe it was the same. There's probably like so much margin over here as well. Especially in tech. It's just so hot. So hot, man, in tech. Maybe when SpaceX drops to 50, I might take some of the margin money. I don't know if I would do that. You know what I mean? Because I think SpaceX is going to take time. You know, I believe, you know, I believe it's going to take time. If they deliver everything that they promise and all that, um, because even to have like some good profits or revenue from sending somebody to Mars, it's just going to be, it's going to take time. This is going to take time. So I think you're gonna have to pay that margin money before they reach Mars. My AMD and MU are down big, but holding strong and demand is not slowing down. Yeah, I think margin is gonna go back into those companies once again. I'm gonna be honest. I have that feeling. I think a lot of the pullback is AI capex fatigue. Yeah, that as well. Yeah, that as well. But remember, a lot of the companies that were up big is because the capex is going to them. It's going to these big tech companies. It's going from Meta, from Alphabet, from Amazon, um, Microsoft. Many of these companies are actually spending into them. So, yeah. To an extent, there really isn't a Kospi or NASDAQ. It's one big market if you count ripples. SpaceX is going to take some time, equals translation. It is going to take 20 years. I'm actually with Gengar on this one. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm actually with Gengar. I think it's going to take 15 plus, definitely. Yeah, probably even 20. Yeah. Thinking about it. Because by the time they can get some people out there, it's definitely going to take time. They first got to get there, right? And then once they get there, then they got to find a way to take civilians there, and charge them for it. So, and safe. So for them to do that, oh yeah, it's gonna take more than 20. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So if it goes to 800, it could pay for my funeral. Oh my God, Anders. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Let me see. Wow. Um, Let me see with the Apple earnings. Any of you guys hold Apple in your portfolio? I used to hold only one share. Microsoft. Hmm. Let me take a look at Procter and Gamble. So Procter and Gamble had, let me see the earnings. So they had a revenue miss, okay, of 1% on the estimate, and then they had earnings per share beat of 0.7%. Let me see where Procter and Gamble is at in the after hours, real quick. It's actually down almost 1%. So yeah. See, the Starlink segment will be just fine, and we might end up getting spin-offs or Tesla buys SpaceX. Yeah. There I hear more, Gengar, that SpaceX will buy Tesla, because Elon has a lot more percentage ownership, right, on SpaceX than Tesla, if I'm not mistaken. So, yes, I hold Apple. Nice. I like Apple. I like Apple long term. I just, maybe I should have held the position. I don't think I should have sold it. When I sold it, especially long term, their ecosystem is just everywhere. In my household, it's like everywhere in my household. So, and everybody that I see, even at work, like most of the people, I would say probably like 70% of the people at my job, they have an Apple something. They have Apple Watches, Apple iPhones, they got Apple AirPods, like they got something Apple, right? So that's why I'm like, and then the rest of them, they have like Samsung and Google and a few others, right? But the Apple ecosystem is like really, I don't know if the word will be implemented, but it's like, into so many people's lives already. I hold all the Max 7s fairly equally in weight. Nice. Roth and brokerage. Wow, nice, Fast Eddie. So two Apple positions. I think Apple got it right now, investing in their own model. They already own the ecosystem. Partnering seems a lot more sensible with every capex announcement triggering a sell-off. Yeah, yeah. My Apple up 52%. Nice, man. Nice gains. Very nice gains. And then you get a nice small dividend right there on top of that. Nice. All right. All right, guys. I think this is gonna be it. And let me see. Apple can afford to wait and see the fallout. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Apple is not gonna go anywhere, man. Yeah. Apple is not gonna go anywhere. They're gonna continue to be in many of the households. That's what I'm trying to go with. With the companies that I know that are like in almost every household right now. You know, like Procter and Gamble, Google, Alphabet. Somebody has to be using Google in like every household in the United States, at least. Imagine in the world, like almost everybody. Meta is already posting those numbers, 3 point something billion daily active users. So, or yeah, just crazy. Jay, when is your next live? So today's Wednesday. I gotta it's not gonna be until Sunday, yeah. Yeah, because tomorrow night I record DCA Friday's episode, which is I'm gonna show you which stocks I'm gonna be buying on Friday. Then on Friday, I'm hoping I recorded on Monday the dividend income for the month of July video. So I did record it. So I have to edit it. I started editing that, but I gotta finish it and then make a thumbnail. So I'm gonna be doing that hopefully on Friday to post it on Saturday. But on Friday afternoon I gotta go to work, and then on Saturday I work all day also as well. So I gotta pick up those extra hours every week. If not, I cannot invest. If I don't work that second job, I can't invest. Uh, So I have that second job to pay bills plus to invest. If not, I couldn't invest at all. So it should be on Sunday home. They said the same thing about Kodak, and they sold off digital cameras. True. A few years from now, we probably won't believe that we didn't see AI as a commodity. That's a very good point, M. One of the big reasons I own VTI over VOO. Oh, I got one more dividend coming. I should make a dividend video for my channel this weekend. Nice, Anders. I gotta take a look at your videos, man. Me, hold on. I don't need X anymore, right? Oh, I gotta watch one of these. His name Jeremy's videos. Oh my god, he's posting a new one. We hit a like here, a like here. You know, I'm always supporting. I'm always supporting. Ooh, oh, where's subscriptions? mm. You got 14 subscribers already, man. Let's go. You know who I haven't seen in a while? Capital, man. Gotta take a look at his videos. 623 subscribers. Wow, he's going fast. What's the name of your channel, Anders? Anders do it. There is not much to see yet. Why don't I see it right here? It's like I don't see your channel for some reason. I don't know why. I thought I was subscribed to you. I see M's right here. Um. hmm Oh, I got most relevant. Okay, I gotta look you up. I think I came up with a tag for my channel, Late Fire. Well, Jay Vasquez, I'm glad you invest and do YouTube. You make my evenings fun, and it's great to have this community. Oh, thank you so much, Shannon. I really appreciate, man, the compliment. Really, really appreciate it. Um, Man, thank you so much. Let's go. I wish I could do it. You know what? I wish I could do it Monday through Friday, honestly. You know, but I gotta work. So, um, but yeah, man. You know, I wish I could do it more often. Actually, I used to do the YouTube videos only. Then I did not think I was gonna enjoy actually doing the live streams more than I do the videos. I still enjoy doing the videos, but I think I enjoy more doing the live streams, honestly. Being honest. You know, I do like hanging out as well, man. Agree, Shannon. Oh, thanks, Anders, man. Jay, are you making money off your YouTube channel yet? Yes. So it's very little though. Very, very little. It's like every video and every video and every live stream is like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Because I don't get that many views. So it's like I think it's like $1 something, like $2, somewhere around there. So I don't make that much, you know. Whenever you guys do the whenever you guys have done that, it'd been nice. Right. Heartbeat to retirement. Shannon agree. Oh nice. Thank you, man. And there's your hair optional. My wife works at for Parsons. It's an international engineering company. Today they got crushed. She owns through SOA. Oh, nice. I am hair barely optional. I just subscribed and gave you a thumbs up. Oh, nice, nice. Awesome. Yeah. I gotta look for your channel. Why can't I find it, man? Hold on. Let me just oh, okay, okay. I opened that up. Right here. Hold on, wasn't I subscribed? I thought I was subscribed to you. Or was it a different channel, Anders? Was it this one or was it a different channel? Let me know there in the chat. Everybody starts somewhere. Yeah, yeah, man. We all start somewhere, you know. But I honestly, I do enjoy doing this. Honestly, I really do. Uh, does it help if I watch the ads and don't skip? No, I think it's the same. It's mostly Ezra. I think it's mostly to hit the thumbs up. You know what I mean? And comment. That's really what helps. You know. But the more people, the better. You know what I mean? The more likes, the more watch time. Also, like watch time and likes and comments. You know, that's really what helps the channel usually go up or grow. You know. That's my channel name, Jay. Oh, heartbeat to retirement. Oh, okay, okay. Hold on. Let me. Is this one right? This one right here, Anders. And this is why I sell my company shares as soon as I get them, even though they are a good part of why SHD went up this week. Oh, nice. His channel is Heartbeat to Retirement. Okay, yeah, I got it. So it's this one right here, right? Subscribed. Watch ads. Watch the full video. AMD engagement. Comments needs to be 7 words or more. Oh, got it, got it. That I didn't know. We ESOP, we cannot sell until separation from them. That's it. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, Anders right here. My thoughts on getting ready for retirement. I like that, man. I like that. I like that you're gonna share, your retirement. Um, you know, nice. Let's go, man. I buy shares every paycheck, and then sell them as soon as I get them.
I was recording. It hovered between 20 to 25. I was 55 years old at the time, decided this is not good. I need to get out of the rat race.
This is
I need to
Anders right
retire as
here,
soon as I
man.
can.
And there's I will subscribe after this live. Nice. Thanks. I need to get in the habit of posting, but I get too easily sidetracked killing zombies. Yeah, I understand you 100%. Thanks. I need to get in the habit of posting. Yeah. Sometimes I do also as well. Need a better mic. Honestly, mine is cheap. Mine I bought it on Amazon. I want to buy a better one. Hopefully that's going to be my next investment. A better camera and a better mic. That's going to be my next investment, but just gotta keep posting, man. That's all I say to everyone. Regardless, just gotta keep posting. Keep on posting, man. Never stop. Just never stop. And keep posting. Stay positive. That's another one too as well. Stay very positive, and what else? Stay positive. Keep posting. Stay consistent. Share. Um, you know, you'll build a community. That's what it is. There's there's billions of people in this world, right? So out of those billions of people, you don't need for all people for 90 or 95 or 100% to like you, right? Of the world. You just need a very small percentage, like I forgot how many billions of people are in the world, but even out of, let's say there's 6, 7, 8 billion people in the world, even if less than 1%, enjoy your content and they watch you and all that, less than 1% is still a significant amount of people, in the whole world. So that sound is after running it through Adobe to enhance the sound. Okay, nice. But yeah, like it's just, that's all it is, man. Just gotta keep posting and posting and posting, and sometimes just gonna feel stagnant, and you're not gonna get any views. You're gonna get like a couple views, like a handful of them, and you might just get maybe one person commenting, but also don't, you know whenever whenever sometimes some people, because this is including myself, sometimes I do listen while on the road. I listen to YouTube videos, so I just put my headphone and I just start listening while on the way, um so some videos that I like to listen to is like Joseph Carlson, because they're like 30 something 40 minutes videos, and like Ryan's live stream, I usually sometimes listen to it while I'm commuting as well, and then I'll just listen to it. I don't even need to watch. I just listen. Listen to the conversation, um, and the topics and everything. So sometimes I do that. When I go to the gym as well, I do that. Um, and I don't comment in a lot of videos, but in some of them I do, and I do listen to a lot of them. You know, I watch The Big Bang Theory before I go to sleep. That's what I watch. A lot of times I like listening to it. 122 million people log into YouTube every day. So imagine that, all you need is a small percentage of that, very, very small percentage of that. And YouTube continues to expand as well. So just stay consistent, stay posting. Um, that's it. Pretty much it. All right. All right, guys. So definitely would love to hang out with you guys more. If I make my video early, maybe I'll hop on online tomorrow, but I don't think I will be able to, because it usually takes me like, for me to create the video and then to edit it, it takes me like an hour and a half to 2 hours, similar to doing a live stream. I spend on doing a video, you know, and I can't believe I do like 2 hours every time I do a live stream. Like, I don't see many people doing 2 hours, or more than 2 hours. Like the last time during the day, I did like more than 2 hours. I think I did a live stream for like 2.5, 2 hours and 45 minutes, somewhere around there. Like I stayed here for a while, man. You know. Um but yeah, man, I'm really glad that you guys man, mine are one shots. I hate editing. Yeah. Yeah, I want to start doing that, Anders. Doing one shot videos, honestly. I think I'm going to start doing that. Just watch one entire ad and make sure this is more than 7 words. LOL. It counts for something. Yeah, man. But I'm okay if you skip the ads. It's okay. That's no problem. Um, but yeah, man. But thank you so much, man, for the support always. For the support always, 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 man. You know. I think I'd rather you guys be engaged in the stream. than watch the ads. So don't worry about that, man. Little by little, I will grow, man. It's like I always say, like the way, I've been with YouTube the same way that I've been with my portfolio, like one cup of coffee at a time, $5, $10. I'm gonna grow my YouTube little by little. I'm at 1,400 subscribers. I'll grow it at my pace. And the good thing about growing at your own pace is that you also learn things along the way. Um, you know, because maybe I'm just not ready, to be in the 20, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, in here, because that also means like if I get to 20, 25, 30,000, there's probably going to be a lot more people in the chat, right? So am I going to be able to keep up with all the comments in the chat? Um that's going to be a little bit challenging. But also is, it's good. It's good. I think I'm liking growing my YouTube channel little by little. Some people, it took them years, before their channel grew significantly. And what was his name? I Show Speed. I was watching his thing, man. He used to stream many, many times for like only 4 people, there watching him, play and stuff. And now he has like, what is it, like 60 million people subscribed to his channel. Like, like that. It'll happen eventually. I think it's gonna happen when I'm ready, and when I get more knowledgeable, in investing topics, when I expand my vocabulary even more, because it's something that I'm trying to listen to. I'm trying to implement it in my day-to-day vocabulary. But one of the reasons why I like talking with you guys is because I can talk about investing, and I can use words that I don't use on a daily basis. Remember, I don't have people around me that I can talk about investings and revenue and earnings per share and profit margin and geopolitical and all those different words, right? That um I gotta add to my vocabulary. So I think that eventually it will, and whenever I'm ready, I will grow. It's like the same thing that I did in the professional. I always wanted to be in upper management, and 2 opportunities did not happen, and I'm like, man, I got discouraged and everything. But then when the time came, when I was much more ready, an opportunity came up and I was given the opportunity, and then I'm like, no, I gotta always wait until my opportunity is right, until I am ready, and it's just been like that, in my life. I'll just wait until I am ready, until it gets decided that I should grow my channel, right? So, all right, I won't bore you guys anymore. Shannon, I just subscribed to Anders. Let's go, man. Thanks, Shannon. And I have killed 300 nulls during this episode in a 27-year-old game. You are dynamic. You will grow and be huge. Thanks, Shannon. I really appreciate it, man. Investing in pure food. Nice. Yes. I love food from everywhere, Anders. I love food from everywhere. Quick question. You got $1,000. What are you buying tomorrow? Ooh, right before the stream ends. I hate to say it, but the normal community will not understand our language of investing. Yeah, Shannon, that's the thing. $1,000. If I had $1,000, what are you buying tomorrow? Out of my stocks? Hold on, before we get out of the live stream. Out of my stocks? In my portfolio right now? I like SoFi's latest earnings, wouldn't mind putting, $1,000 into SoFi right now. Meta is also gonna be at 500 something. That will get me over a share in Meta. Oh my gosh. Amazon is at 226. Oh, Vici properties, I'm down 7% also. That will definitely grow my dividend income a lot. Netflix is at 73. Oof. Oh man, you've made it tough. I had $1,000 tomorrow. And it has to be one stock. I'm fast steady. Does it have to be one pick or could it be two or three? You know, could it be split? I'm assuming you mean one stock, right? Or one of my holdings. Tomorrow. I think I'll probably put it. I've been wanting to grow my Google position, my Alphabet. And I know it's not at the lowest PE and it's not where I want it to be at, but I think I'll probably put it into Alphabet. Even though it's not, at the price where I would want to throw a lump sum. I want to wait a little bit more in Alphabet, but um, I'll probably do that. I'll probably throw it into Alphabet. And I got a time horizon of 10 plus years with it. So, if it's at one shot, if I can split it, oh man, I'll buy me a couple shares of SCHD, buy me a couple shares of VG properties. Um, you know, probably one share of Meta, you know, some Google and some Amazon and some SoFi. Split main and VG properties. I would say one and not something you already own. Oh man, that would be one and something and not something that you already own. Well, Microsoft will be one, but it's already running up in share price. I liked it under $400. I would have done that if it was under 400. Um, ServiceNow also I liked it under $100 and it's already at 115. Man, what would be another one of the companies that I would throw $1,000 into? I don't know. I can't think of any. Probably do McDonald's. Or there was another company yesterday that we looked at that I also liked. Oh, there's been a couple of companies. But I think McDonald's is still at a decent share price. Yep, it's not working. Why? McDonald's, you know, I don't know. It's at 270. I don't know. I don't know. No. $20 PR food and then invest the rest. Oh my god. Yep. Hello, good call. Um he did not say invest. A good beer. Costco from Fast Eddie. Nice. Yeah. I missed it. What do you think of Meta? So Eduardo, we went through the Meta earnings. I gotta get off actually pretty soon. Yeah, it's 10:19 already. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Meta had some good earnings. There was a miss on the EPS. Um, I'm still thinking long term. I know investors are still nervous about the capex spend. But I think once the capex spend slow down, which usually for those companies, I saw a chart in a video previously. I think it was yesterday or so, where usually those companies once they slow down on capex, it slows down significantly, and their free cash flow grows significantly as well. So if history repeats itself, in some time, it's not gonna be. I don't think Meta is gonna be a stock that you get and you wait only 1 quarter or a month or 2 months. You know what I mean? I think it's gonna take longer, but with my time horizon with Meta, 4 or 5 years, I like my odds right now. Even with the earnings where it was right now, I like it. Amazing opportunity, in my opinion, and SoFi too. Yeah, I want to buy some more SoFi. I like the earnings call too on SoFi. SoFi's earnings were solid. Um, Revenue growth. What was it? Customers numbers grew. also as well. Yeah, very nice growth from SoFi. So yeah, I liked it as well. I like that as well. So hopefully stays down in the 15. If it goes under $15 a share, even better. I honestly think SoFi is a fair buy, like around $10 a share. Will it get there? I don't know, you know, but I think that's where it will look much better to buy and load up SoFi, somewhere around $10 a share. If the growth continues, which I hope it does, for the company to continue its growth. I know they're expanding. They spent a lot in marketing also as well. That was something that they announced in the earnings, from what I saw in the summary that I did with Grok. So, which I'm okay with. They gotta expand, right? So they gotta spend in marketing as well. So, yeah. All right, guys. So I do have to go because I gotta go to sleep. I'm gonna leave this here. I'm gonna leave, and there's channel here. So if you guys wanna follow Anders right here, you guys can follow his retirement journey, and hopefully Anders does share the Cambodia retirement life. That will be, that is gonna be something that is gonna be very interesting. Anders, honestly, Cambodia, and retirement, living off dividends. All right, guys. So guys, don't forget, to hit the thumbs up. What's going on, Em? Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. So guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Um, and I'm about to go see or go listen also to the Big Bang Theory for a little bit so I can go to sleep. So, like I always say, I hope you enjoy this one.